Afternoon, everyone. I found out a little bit while I was on Facebook from Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, that one of his personal friends and mid card slash open card legendary talent, Leapin' Lanny Poffo, aka the Genius, better known as the brother of Macho Man Randy Savage, has passed away this morning at the age of 68. What got him? Don't know yet. Lanny was part of ICW tag teaming with his brother. And for those wondering, I'm not talking about the Scottish promotion. I'm referring to the promotion in the Midwest that was owned by their father, Angelo Poffo, before they made the jump to the WWE in the 80s. Lanny was initially pitched as a poem spewing, high flying babyface known as Leaping Lanny Poffo, where he would bring out the poetic barbs and insults for more of his heel opponents, and he would get squashed like a bug. A little later, he joined up with Mr. Perfect and turned heel. And by the turn of the decade, he had transitioned from a wrestler to a manager, rechristening himself the Genius. The most prominent point of this stint was when he and Perfect were chasing after the WWE title held by Hulk Hogan during his second stint as the champion at that point in time. It was like 89 and 90 when this was going down. So essentially, most of the year after the events of WrestleMania 5, where the Mega Powers had completely dissolved, Hogan was going solo again. Hulkamania was still going relatively strong at the time, and Perfect was working his way up the ladder and needed someone to guide him outside of the brain when the brain wasn't around to help him. When Bobby the Brain Heenan wasn't around to help out, because he was busy dealing with the other members of the Heenan family, like the Brainbusters, Andre the Giant, and so forth. That's where Lanny came into play. And he would still throw those poetic barbs, but now he'd throw them at baby faces. For those wondering, the Genius was before my time becoming a wrestling fan. I didn't become a fan of pro wrestling until around 93, 94. Around late 93, early 94, early to mid 94. By that point, he had hung up the boots. Was it past drug and steroidal abuse that got him and taking the toll on his body? I'm not sure about that. Considering that when you consider one of the two books that Lang would publish later in life, Limerick of the Heart and Limericks of the Heart and Lungs, which is basically a collection of poems he wrote speaking out against smoking and tobacco use. I don't think it was that part of the life that got him. Oh, he anyway. I highly doubt it was the drug addict life of being a wrestler that got Lanny. In other words, that killed him. But as of now, no cause of death has been revealed. It was only confirmed. It was only announced earlier this morning by Hacksaw Jim Duggan that he had passed away. No marriage, no kids. Leaves behind his sister-in-law, who is Randy's second wife. That's as far as I know. And if you think I'm gonna come out here and basically eulogize Lanny with an overly elaborate, immaculate, and highly mentally acumen enhanced poem, you're wrong. I am not that good of I am no bard on his level of caliber. To even attempt it would be an insult. So I'm just gonna say this, Lanny, you were the Luigi to Randy's Mario. And for you, you were always doing high diddle diddle. But then again, for Luigi's, it's not all easy to play second fiddle. You were a man of great intellect to whom no one could deflect the barbs he throw. To those who would least expect. Now, my friend, you have some rest and release. For all I can say is genius, Leapin' Lanny, rest in peace. See? I told you I suck at poetry. Leave a comment, smash a like, and sub to the channel. This is Mets2128 signing out. Goodbye. Good night. Bang. Rest in peace, Lanny Poffo.